really nice, huge compound for the orphanage. Okay, hi Wendy.
Hi.
So tell me about yourself and your organization.
Okay. My husband and I, we came to Cambodia with our two sons, who were very small at that time, in 1992. And we came to begin work on a development project with ADRA, which is Adventist Development and Relief Agency.
Okay.
And it's run by the Seventh-day Adventist Church, and it's a worldwide organization for development and relief. And they had a project here in Cambodia, and at that time Cambodia was still in the war.
Yeah.
And so it was kind of a bit scary with a 1-year-old and a 3.5-year-old when we came. But we believed that God wanted us to come, and that's why we came. So that meant that originally for the first 4 years we lived in the town and we were doing that work. And then when that project finished, my husband felt very called by God to do another ministry, but still here in Siem Reap. So he heard God tell him, I didn't hear, but he heard that it would be a faith-based ministry. So we weren't fundraising, we don't go around asking people for money, we just wait for God to impress people to send it. And so since 1996, he and I have not received a salary, and we've had abundant funds, sometimes not so abundant, but mostly abundant, to develop this whole place. First of all, we used our savings from when we worked with the development agency to buy the land, and then now the land belongs to the church, it's not belong to us. And then we've developed everything as donations came in. The end of 1995, we came and lived out here in 1996. There was no houses around, like it was just rice fields.
Yeah.
So it was very isolated. And we started developing, building some little houses and some buildings. I ran a grassroots health clinic for 4 years. And in that time, the school started as a literacy school just for kids that were taking care of the cows and not able to go to school. And then that slowly developed more and more as we got more staff. And then when the orphanage started, we needed a school to actually do real school with the kids, and so like more than literacy school. So we started with just a few students, and now we have kindergarten through to grade 12.
Wow.
And over 200 students, I'm not sure the exact number, but somewhere over 200. And then during that time when we were developing the school and the ministry, as we call it, the organization, I guess, if you want to say it like that, the AIDS epidemic was blossoming, and we saw in my little grassroots health clinic, I had a number of women come and die because there was no treatment available, and their children were left with nobody
parents
wanting to touch them because they're afraid the kids might have it too, and so on. So we felt that God was saying, yes, you need to go ahead with an orphanage. We'd kind of said yes to that before, but somebody else was going to do it, not us. But we had land set aside for that. And so then it turned out that we ended up doing that as well. So in 2003, we opened the orphanage, and at the peak of the orphanage, we had almost 200 children in 9 orphanage families. So it was really intense for a while there. Numbers went up really fast, and then some got old enough to leave, some got jobs, some got married, some didn't like it, they wanted to go back to whatever relatives they had. And at the peak of the whole process in the orphanage, we had, I think, 35 kids who were HIV positive. So we fulfilled our dream, because that was really our dream, to provide a home for those kids. The real blessing in that was that when we said yes to God, we want to take care of kids who are HIV positive, at the same time as we opened the orphanage in 2003, the Children's Hospital, Anchor Hospital for Children in town, which was the only hospital that was dealing with HIV positive kids, they also got funding to start giving the medicine. And so they're like, yes, we have
Good
a place,
timing.
yeah, we have a place to send kids who are HIV positive and who don't have a place to go because the relatives don't want them, or the relatives are all dead or whatever. And yes, we are willing to, give the care to those kids. So that was a real blessing to be able to offer those kids a place to live and grow up in. And we still have some of them who are here even now. They were babies at the time, and they're getting through their education bit by bit. The school, right now, I think all of our teachers, except for maybe 3, 4, probably except for 4, it includes me and my husband and one of our sons, who's also a teacher, teaching here. We're not actual, I'm not an actual teacher, and neither is he, but my husband is. All of the teachers are former students. In our school curriculum for grade 11 and 12, our senior years, we do teacher training as well, and they get to practice in the classroom, and then if they want to, and if we have available positions, they get to go straight into a job when they finish.
That's really good.
So we're growing up kids, and we're growing up teachers, and and all of it's without fundraising, like without asking for donors or doing big advertisements or whatever. We don't do any of that. We're just totally reliant on God to send the donations that we need when we need them.
That's amazing. And what about, when did you decide to have the Butterfly Paradise?
Okay, so Butterfly Paradise, my children and I, when my husband all of a sudden one day said we should make a butterfly garden, we all said, you're crazy. Like, how are you going to find time to do that? And he's like, yeah, but I think we should. And a couple of people had talked to him, including a friend, an American friend who lives in town, who we worked with years ago. He's right into insects and butterflies and birds, and he's like, yeah, Tim, you should start a butterfly garden. Like, you have all the plants that the caterpillars need to eat on your property, and you have lots of butterflies already. You should start a butterfly garden. So anyway, he listened to the other people and not us, and started planning for it. That was back in, I think, 2014, when he first started to have the idea. We started doing the foundation work for the garden in 2016, and we had a soft opening in December 2018. So then for 1 year, for 2019, it was kind of slow going because nobody knew about us, and we have a little bit problem with advertising, so we're not very good at that, and promoting ourselves. So that kind of went really slowly. And then in March 2020, you know what happened? Like the whole world shut down. The Siem Reap airport totally shut down. We had no flights whatsoever because of COVID.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, well, I wonder what that was all about then. But we kept it open. We had very few guests. We put off a few staff because we knew we wouldn't be able to cope. But we had to keep the animals alive. We had to keep the plants alive and watered. So we just kept crawling along through 20, 21, and then 22. As slowly the world starts to open up again, we start to have some visitors again.
That's amazing.
And it's been a long journey.
And then here I am.
And here you are, yes. All the way from Ethiopia.
All the way from Ethiopia. I know, right? It's amazing. And you guys are American, right?
No, we're Australian.
You're Australian. Oh, because you're saying American, and most of the religious organization come from America,
well,
so that's what I thought.
The headquarters is in America, but
okay.
it's a worldwide church. So we have in basically every country, we have church members, either as church planters or as actual churches. Yeah.
That's amazing. So you also live here or outside?
Yes, my house is back down just near the butterfly garden, just a little bit further south.
Cool. So you don't have to go far away.
No.
Yeah, you're here. And
I can ride my bicycle to teach at school. I teach a few classes. This week my classes are all helping with the catering for the group that are here for the week.
Can you show me a little bit about your...
And then I can take you to the orphanage, have a quick look at staff, secretary and principal's office. Looks like he's in too, so you can meet him.
Oh,
yeah,
the principal.
Judith.
Hi. Yeah.
From Ethiopia.
Oh, okay.
And she's just been in Butterfly Paradise and wanted to know more about the schools and
So here I am.
the orphanage. So I'm just taking her on a little tour.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
Cool. No problem. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Where are you from?
The United States.
Nice to meet you. There are people who wants to come and volunteer as a teacher or something. They can apply and come here and volunteer and work.
Yes, it's possible.
Yeah.
We usually prefer to have Seventh-day Adventist teachers just because we're a religious organization. We want to keep the whole theme on the same...
And the same level,
on the same balance. But yeah, we do from time to time have short-term volunteers from other faiths.
For teaching, but what if it is just to work in the orphanage?
For working in the orphanage, we prefer to have just the Khmer parents. So we have 5 families, and they are Khmer families taking care of the kids. But actually in the school, there is some possibilities of doing some volunteer work. Yeah, from time to time.
Cool.
So this is our staff room. That's my oldest son there, leaning over with his back to us. And a volunteer from America. He's here at the moment. Hi, Bethany.
Hello.
Caleb, say hi.
Hi.
Ladies.
Hello. Wow, this is great.
Oh, for graduation? Yeah. It'll be early, aren't you? It's only January. You have 6 months until graduation.
Yeah, she wants to be ready.
Yeah. Tira, what are you making? Skirt as well? No? Pants?
Pants.
Okay, good job. And Makoa, teacher.
Hello.
She's also an orphanage parent.
Oh, sweet, nice.
Home economics, so cooking.
Oh, sweet,
cooking
nice.
And, budgeting and stuff to do with how to run the home.
This is very important because most of the things that nowadays we learn in school we don't really use.
Yes.
So this really makes sense to know how to sew, to know how to do the economics, how to know how to cook, how to do all of these things is very important.
And that's why our school is very different from the government schools.
Yeah.
For one, we do morning and afternoon. So we do a full day, whereas government schools, they only do half a day.
Half a day.
Because they're so pressed for space.
Yeah.
And we offer sewing, cooking, computer, video editing and Photoshop and all that kind of stuff. As well as science, math, English, geography. What else do we do? And
So
in primary school, they do Khmer curriculum as well.
So basically all the things that you have in school and more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and music.
And
Music's
music.
a very big part of our music room is up near the orphanage, so I'll show you that when we get up there.
Oh,
grade
look at
one.
them cuties. Hello.
They're chanting at the moment, they're times tables.
Oh, the level of cuteness is just, oh my goodness. Oh. Cuties.
So grade 2, well, hey, hello. Oh, they're cleaning.
They're cleaning their room.
And garden.
Ah, look at them.
Yeah, for garden there.
Yeah, they're playing in the garden.
Okay, so they have gardening class.
Oh, really good that they do it themselves because they learn.
Yeah.
You know, they learn.
Smaller grades because they've
Depending on the
They
time.
only just come to our school, and because we do English right through from kindergarten, sometimes they get to hold back until they get a little bit of English enough to keep going.
Oh? Cutie?
Another little school.
Oh, okay.
Grade 1 to 3.
Another place.
40 kilometers away, yeah. And so grade 4 has a few students from that school. When they finish grade 3 there, then they can come here because we have boarding facilities.
Oh, wow.
But until they're 10 years old, we prefer them to stay with their parents. So that's why we did them up to grade 3, and then they can come along here.
That's good.
The kids in the village are really smart, most of them, but they don't have the opportunity to get,
Education.
like English and more things. So, yeah, we bring them here. It's grade 5 for hello, gardening.
Hello.
Oh, recess time, okay.
Hello.
Oh, yes, okay. So, Sri Mao is a former orphan and also teaching how many years now?
I'm not sure. Maybe I finished 2015.
Finished school, 2015. So that'd be 8 years this year then that you've been teaching.
Wow, 8 years teaching. Oh, look at you. Good job. Do you like it?
Yes.
That's wonderful. Hello.
Hello.
They're gardening, you know?
Yeah, we'll go around. But this is her second year teaching.
Okay, she's a second year teacher. They can decide whatever they want to plant.
Yeah.
So they have corn. Yeah. You know, this is very important. In my country, they used to also have this.
Yes.
And it's so sad that they took it out of the school curriculum, because we used to have this in school. We wake up early in the morning. So class starts after 8, but we would go there at 6. So we had our tomatoes and lettuce and all of this that we take care of.
Yeah.
And then when it grows, we can take it home or we can sell it for school trips.
Okay.
But then the school system changed and they take out all of this important stuff. Yeah, we used to have like a baltana, yajisra, sayamane jisra was like sewing and doing things with your hands. Yeah. And baltana was this, you know, like farming and gardening and stuff. And it's so cool that these kids get to do that. Yeah. And they have a very nice space also to do that. That's also very important.
Where's the water going?
Ah, they're taking the water.
Right.
Let's follow. Oh no! Slowly, slowly. Slowly. He doesn't want to go back. Hey, little one, look at him. He's like, my water.
So they've got bananas. They've got some corn. The soil is really, really poor here, so it's very challenging to actually get anything to grow.
Yeah.
This is a favorite. Hey, con đặt lên hả? Đặt này tốt rồi. This is another teacher. Sorry, I didn't even see you there. Thought you were.
Hello. What are you growing here?
Morning glory.
Morning glory.
Yes, in Chinese it's called kangkong.
King Kong.
It's
Okay.
a very easy to grow green. It can be fried or steamed. And it grows very fast, so
it's a good.
very encouraging for the kids to grow it, and then they get to harvest. Yeah, so the ground is so hard, and then we had 2 weeks holiday as well, so it's taking time.
So after all of this grows, it's what they eat, right? What's grown in is what goes to the table.
they can take it home for themselves, right? Yeah.
Rồi nhưng mà anh tay gì?
But we can't grow enough here because the soil's so poor.
Yeah, the soil is too
we
dry.
both-
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, there's grave.
Yes.
Look.
Cemetery.
Whose cemetery is this?
Lots of people.
But anybody? From outside or from here?
Usually Christians. Yeah, from outside.
Yeah.
Usually members from our church. Some orphan kids that had.
So it belongs to
Yeah,
the
it's part of
school.
our property.
It's not random people from outside.
No, not random people.
Yeah, okay, good. I'm like, I'm just imagining some people just coming into your school. Like, no. Ciao, tayo. And look at these little ones. What are they doing? Hello.
Hot, isn't it?
Yeah, they find the shade. Yeah, the soil is like sand tree. Hello. Oh, cuties. Oh my God.
Hi, Clara. It's my granddaughter,
Oh, this one. Hello, cutie.
and we have adopted daughter, Cambodian daughter, and this is her son. So this is one of my grandsons too.
Oh my God, this is so cute. Okay, so they learned the medical. Hello.
Toby is the teacher, I think, today, or helping.
Okay,
And she is also a former student.
sweet. So it's good that they also have like a nursery and all of that here.
Yeah.
The sound on your face better. No, so they do art, music.
Yeah, and all sorts of IT type subjects as well. Bethany, is there any music class at this time of day? Okay, just making noise.
And you have a lots of little ponds. That's so nice.
Because when we bought the land, it was all rice field, so it's very low, and it will get flooded sometimes or every year, depending on the part. So we dug ponds to make a place for water storage and also for fishing, and raised the land up with the soil that we dug out.
That's good.
So yeah, it changed the environment a little bit, but it's everything then.
Yeah, but it's perfect. It looks really good because even in the summer like this, you have little ponds here and there.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
And a lot of our trees started falling down, so some we cut down before they fell down, others fell down before we could get to them. So it's looking a bit bare at the moment. The trees are, 20-something years old, so this kind of tree, acacia tree, I don't know if you have in Ethiopia.
This
I
one,
believe
what is
comes
it?
from Africa, but I don't know what you would call it then. But it grows very well in sand.
Okay.
So it's excellent, and it provides lots of leaves for compost.
Amazing. You planted all of this yourself, right?
Yeah,
Because
all those trees. There's a few natural trees that we didn't plant, but mostly there were no trees when we came. So this is 2 orphanage houses. We have them in duplex.
that one and this one.
Yeah, so this is a duplex. There's one on this side and one that side. And then this green building we turned into a music room.
Okay.
What do we call it? Yeah, music room. Because we didn't need the orphanage houses anymore as the number of orphans started going down. We now only have 34, I think, actually on the register, and a few others that are off the register, but we're still caring for them because they are handicapped in various ways, and it's complicated with the government. So
Yeah.
so we remodeled this whole building to be a music department. So we teach.
It's locked.
We teach keyboard. So in the room behind, there's maybe 10 keyboards. We were given a parlor grand piano by some friends who were leaving to go back to America. So that's beautiful. And then another one left station for the training event at the moment. And then the other 3 orphanage houses. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 orphanage houses currently in use, and the rest are empty, and we can use them for accommodation when we have big groups of people coming from time to time.
Yeah.
None during COVID, but
Now you have people
now it's
here.
starting again. Yeah.
That's good. There are kids who still live with their parents.
Oh yes, we have village students as
Yeah.
well. So from the community, quite a lot of kids.
Who come and study even though they don't live here.
Yeah.
If they don't have money, they can come and go to school here.
We do charge school fees, but it's kind of means tested, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, we kind of say, well, how much can you pay?
Yeah.
You know, what's your home situation, and try to be as generous and understanding as we can with families, particularly since the COVID time, because so many people relied on tourism and there was zero tourism for 2 years.
Yeah.
So it's been really hard. And then a lot of the families are farmers, and if there's flooding in their area, then they don't get a crop, or if there's drought in their area, they don't get a crop. So just trying to be really understanding about all that.
So they pay whatever they can, and if they can't,
If they can't, if we really believe that they can't, we don't turn people away.
yeah.
So like most of the boarding students, they haven't paid any boarding fees, like accommodation or food, for like 2 years already, just because they struggle to pay for tuition.
Yeah.
So, you know, how can they pay for that as well?
Yeah.
But
So
then-
these parents are here waiting for their kids.
Yep.
Nice. Hello.
They'll be running out of the classrooms in a minute.
Yeah.
It
It don't matter what religion you come from or what drives you to make a positive impact. This amazing family is a great example. I have learned so much. If we really want to, we can make a difference not only in our lives, but in so many people's lives, as they have. They're having their best life. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something today. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye.